Okay, Jeff, I'm going to throw it to you in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking about the power of networking with a networking guru. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So many people watching this show know what networking is, and other people are new to it, but I can tell you about the power of networking because I experienced it myself. Thanks in large part because of this young lady here. Sandy Luedke joins me now. She's the CEO and founder of Professional Business Networking Group, and you've been around for now how many years?
Well over 20 years.
Over 20 years. Okay, tell me about the early days of starting your networking group.
Actually, I was a RE/MAX agent at that time, and my manager came to me and said, "You need to start a networking group." And I went, "No." And he goes, "Come back to my office." He showed me his numbers and how many closings he's had through networking. And back then, there was very few networking groups. And his numbers talked to me, and I said, "All right, I'll try it." And I fell in love with it, got to meet some incredible people. And 20 years later, I'm still doing it.
Wow. Okay, we're going to talk more about the networking group in a second. I want to talk about your very successful real estate business. And we've got a video of a home that you recently sold, because this is such a hot market,
yes,
isn't
it
it?
is.
I mean, Dallas doesn't really know anything about a recession when it comes to home sales.
Nope.
We're going to see this home here. How hot is the Dallas market right now?
Well, that house, for instance, I put it on the market, and in 4 days, I had 8 offers.
Oh my goodness.
We ended up having over a full price contract, everything we wanted in it, dates, everything, and smooth closing. And
networking continues to help you meet new buyers and sellers.
Oh, constantly.
Does it fuel your business?
yeah, oh yes, oh yes. I probably close 1 or 2 deals a month off networking.
Mm-hmm.
If you add those numbers for a real estate agent, it's huge. There's very few things I can do marketing-wise that beats that.
Yes, and I can vouch that, when I wrote my book years ago, Sandy invited me to our group, and then she invited me back again and again, and I probably have spoken to your group a dozen times
if
over
not
the
more.
years. Maybe,
yeah.
And we've got some pictures from your group. It's really unusual to have a group this active this long. What's the secret?
Me.
There we go. There we go.
No, yeah, I really, it's like a part-time job. I put a lot into it. It's a lot of marketing. We actually have a home-cooked meal every week, which is a different, instead of going to the restaurant, having the same food
Yes.
over and over again, which absolutely drove me crazy after years of being on the border.
Mm-hmm.
So when I decided to really do it upright, I actually opened my new real estate office and built a PBN room in it. So I can fit 100 people in there, and that way I can get professional speakers like you.
Thank you.
That really do not want to go to a restaurant and talk to a group of people.
Yeah. Especially over like crowd noise. Some of those restaurants, I've spoken to them. I mean,
Well, and the waiters and the waitresses and everything. So it's that, and I do a lot of little extra things. The first Wednesday of the month, we have Mastermind right after PBN. It doesn't cost them anything to be there. We sit there and we talk about what issues do you have in your business, and we all put our heads together and see what we can do to help them solve those. We have pod networking the third Wednesday of the month. 5-minute presentation. Tell us more about your business so we know how to refer you business. And our goal is to walk away that day with a referral. Our phones are there, and our job is to go through our phones and say, okay, I have someone that really could use your business. And then we have Plug and Play the fourth Wednesday. Everything is social media now. So we teach people how to do a little bit better. I mean, when LinkedIn came in, I had no idea what to do, and our team helps us put that all together. And so we do a lot of social media teaching. So it's a lot of teaching in my networking group.
So I've always liked the expression, you got to circulate to percolate. So if there's somebody watching this that's at home and their phone's not ringing, business is not happening, they really should take another look at networking, shouldn't they?
Well, to me, it was like back when I was a little real estate agent and they told me to go door to door, and I'm like, oh, heck no. But here I could go to 50, 60 people at one time in 1 hour and talk to all these people at one time. And if you walk away with, one lead every time you go, that's huge.
Yes. Well, I know you and I are big Zig Ziglar fans, and he always says you can have anything you want as long as you help other people get what they want first. So in the spirit of networking, is the secret really to give first? And
Absolutely.
Okay. Talk about that.
I remember when I first started the group, and I'm thinking, is this really working? And I had a one-on-one with a gentleman, and he said, I just really wanted to thank you because my business was going bankrupt. And I had no idea. None of us had any idea. And he said, your group helped me pull it out of bankruptcy in 2 months, and now my business is thriving, and it's all because of PBN. And when you hear stories like that, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the small businesses out there that really don't have a lot of ways to do, marketing.
Right.
And you show up once a week, have a great lunch. Network with people. We do a ton of social things. We have PBN's Got Talent. We've been doing that, I think like 12, 13 years now.
Wow.
And where people actually bring in their talents, and we have contests and prizes, and we're having a barbecue on April 21st, I think it is, big barbecue and poker night.
Wow.
So the girls get to eat and drink while the guys play their poker. Dancing, and you do a lot of business socially, so we do a lot of social events.
And you seem to attract the right kind of people. I mean, I've been to your group more than a dozen times. You never get that insurance card salesman who's just kind of pushing cards around the room.
I actually had an agent that did that, and I watched her, and it drove me crazy. So our next meeting, I says, you know what, you cannot hand a business card out. And I do this with my group. You are not allowed to hand a business card out unless someone asks you for it.
Good.
Now all of a sudden you're attracting them, and your game, I made it a game for her. What are you going to do to get someone to ask you for that card?
Yeah.
And it changed her whole business around.
Okay.
So she wasn't being pushy. Now she's trying to attract.
So for the person who's not outgoing and they're watching this right now saying, yeah, maybe I should. Okay, what is the art of coming into a room of strangers that can cause some people, frankly, a panic attack because they're not social butterflies? What's the art of networking?
Well, one of the reasons I did not want to start a networking group is I said, I'll bring all the guests you want, but I'm not even going to get up and do a 30-second spot. I was not going to be in front of the camera. I was not going to be in front of the room. And it really teaches you how to develop those skills. And if you would have told me 20 years ago I'd be on TV with you, I would have laughed. I said, nah. So it really does help because you become friends with these people, and even the people that come in and say, I just can't do a 30-second spot. I'll say, okay, you're going to sit next to me, and I'm going to help you get through it. And then afterwards, she's like, okay, that was easy.
Love it. Love it. Okay, we're almost out of time, so I want you to look right into that camera. That's your camera. And talk to the person who's thinking about, yeah, maybe I should check out Sandy's group.
Oh, let's see. Are you looking for extra business? Think about if you get 3 or 4 referrals a month, how does that change your business? You got to put time into it. Don't just show up one time and expect to walk away with a lead. You need to really promote yourself and put your time into any group. It's not, networking's called networking for a reason.
Outstanding. Okay, we're going to put the networking group up on the web on the screen first, so people can see it and plug in. I think this is I believe this is the Meetup page, and we also Meetup.com.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that how they get a hold of you,
Yeah.
Sandy?
Yeah.
And then we're also going to put up your real estate group. Idealrealestategroup.com is your company
my real estate
website.
company.
Yeah,
there we
very
go.
Cool. Well, Sandy, you've been a blessing in my life. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
We are running a contest right now.
Oh, please, yes.
For people that are bringing guests to PBN, the first person that brings in 8 guests that is not in competition with our exclusive members $400 cash.
Can't
David
beat that.
Smith.
Can't beat that. I love
Yeah.
that. All right, get a hold of Sandy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, you're so welcome.
You
It was
bet.
fun.
You bet. Okay, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.